Good morning everyone, hope you're all well. We're on College Street and College Hill in the city of London, and this is the church of St Michael Paternoster Royal. There's been a church on this site since the 1200s, on this area, since the 1200s, but this church's main claim to fame is that it was refounded in 1409 by Dick Whittington, Mayor Richard Whittington, you know, the mayor with the cat and whatnot and that. Yeah, he lived not far from here. There is a blue plaque. He lived just behind the church, and he refounded the church in 1409. Sadly, that church was lost in the Great Fire of London, and along with the original tomb for Mayor Richard Whittington, the church was rebuilt under the aegis of Sir Christopher Wren, of course, after the Great Fire. Again, severely damaged in World War II, heavy restoration. It is no longer a Church of England church now. It is a CCF church, which is something Christian Fellowship. I can't remember it completely, but yeah, it's St Christian Fellowship. Kind of like baptistry in a way, like Baptist faith. Yeah, very interesting, shall we say. Right, and we'll be going in a minute, so I'll pause you for a sec and then we shall be off inside. And today I shall do it in the proper fashion and give you the outside views of the church first. Of course, I do believe that that is the most responsible thing to do. So yeah, nice little bell tower. You can tell that this is a Wren jobby. Absolutely prolific church builder was Sir Christopher Wren. Wait for these two ladies to go by and we will be off. So I'll show you the outside of the church and also the Mayor Whittington plaques. There are two blue plaques around the opposite side. This is Whittington Gardens, where I am now. It's the fountain and that. London was filled with churches, and it still has got a hell of a lot of churches. But pre-Great Fire and pre both World Wars, there was an awful lot more churches than there are now. An awful lot more. People back then lived in a very religious age, and don't forget, under the recusancy laws and stuff, you could be fined for not attending church or not attending some place of worship. You had the nonconformists, which was the Quakers and people like that, atheists and things. The thing of getting everyone to go to church once a week in those days was really so people could be kept an eye on. Gosh, isn't it cold? There we are. Richard Whittington, 4 times Mayor of London, founded and was buried in this church in 1422. That's his church. Und the house of Richard Whittington, Mayor of London, stood on this site, 1423. Walk backwards and preferably without falling over. There you see, it's not a bad looking place now, but that's where Mayor Whittington lived and that's his church. So I'll pause you for a moment. And on this site stood the second Turner's Hall, 1736 to 66. It's an Indian takeaway restaurant now. And that's a little bit of the history and the outside of the building. There's Blue Plaque City in this street. There's quite a few of them. Look, another one here. The site of the Duke of Buckingham's house, 1672. I've taken pictures of a load of the blue plaques. I've got them all saved, and I'll be having a blue plaque day one day. I'm not quite sure when, maybe soon, where they'll all come on, and where there are original images of the original locations, you'll see the blue plaque and what was originally there, what it commemorates. We're on College Hill now. Looking down College Hill. It is really cold today, and when I say really, really cold, I do mean really, really cold. Right, so off we go inside for our tour. Hope you're all going to enjoy. And in we go. Caught some of the history of it. It looks fairly quiet inside now, so we should be off in there. I'll have to point you down because we're going through the visitor centre, like where the people are eating and stuff. Here we go. Show you the font first, which is a lovely font, and font cover as well. Most importantly, what I want to show you is the main thing here that we've come for is Mayor Richard Whittington. Look, on this site once stood the monument to Richard Whittington, 1358 to 1423, Mercer, 4 times Mayor of London. So yeah, it's not something you get to see every day. Church does have some lovely stained glass as well, which we'll see. This is the high altar. And you have the stained glass windows on either side. Works of art in their own right, of course. Over to the other side now. You've got the statues on either side. St Matthew. The 10 Commandments. And the Credo. Stained glass. You've got these statues on either side. I have taken some photos, but the woodwork and everything in here is just... I mean, look at the detail. Have similar carvings and details on this door, which I assume goes through to a private area. I don't know where that goes. I don't know if that's private. I assume it's private. Might go wandering in there. This church was badly damaged in the Second World War, hence the modernist kind of stained glass. But as we can see here, it does still have a lot of beautiful original features. There are monuments up on the wall. Jacob Jacobson. And then you've got the pulpit, which is a stunning piece of work just in its own right. I mean, the details on this, stunning, look. And you've got more monuments up on the walls up there. The great organ. A royal blue ceiling. Oops. Wrong button. Sorry about that. The attention to detail in all the Wren churches. He had to churn out a lot of churches quite quickly, but the attention to detail was, well, just something stunning, really. Should now come out that man's way. And you've got wooden pews, which are nice to see. I do like to see a wooden pew. And above here, you have another lovely stained glass window. And there is Mayor Richard Whittington and his cat. Turn Dick Whittington, turn back, as the rhyme goes. And he did turn back to London with his cat and became 3 times Mayor of London. These are benefactors. Remember, as I've said before, there was no welfare state in those days, and it was this kind of charity that kept things going for people that didn't have anything, shall we say. The body of Elizabeth, beloved wife of Mr. Edward Chesterton of Newport Street. Thomas Tash, Esquire, second son of John Tash and Elizabeth, his second wife. You've got another one up here. Mr. John Elms, 1780s. Pause to read any of the inscriptions or descriptions. And then you've got this big one up there. Sorry, zoom you out. You've got this big one up there. Oh, it's all in Latin anyway, so that wouldn't be no good to us. The whole thing is in Latin. Over here, there are more monuments. I don't know if we're going to be able to see them or not. Sarah Marsden. That's one of those. And you've got more up there. The Royal Arms. These here are, they look like coat hooks, but they're for the church warden's rods or staffs of office. Back in the old days, they would have been much more elaborate than they are now. And these here are sword rests. All the old churches used to have these. When people like a gentleman that would carry a sword, or a mayor or such like, would come into the church, you would have to leave your sword, in a sword rest. Sheathed, of course. No one was supposed to unsheath a sword in a church. It was sacrilegious, which you can well understand. Right, I should just pause you a minute. Well, this was most definitely worth waiting for. I sat down on the pews for about 10 minutes and waited for everything to be packed away so we can see this beautiful altar in its full glory and everything. It's stunning, isn't it? Look, and you've got the altar cloth and altar table. It's absolutely lovely. And we've got the Dick Whittington corner completely clear now. And I'm really, really glad that I did hang around, because I'm going to show you, because it was faced the opposite way, so you couldn't see it before. But this is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. I mean, the top panel alone. And you've got the Madonna and children, or a lady and children. I don't know if it's the Madonna or not, but that's amazing. Look at the detail in that. So that was worth hanging around for. And there you've got Richard Whittington, the monument to Richard Whittington. So directly under us is where Mayor Richard Whittington is buried. So yeah, that was an interesting little... Glad I hung around now. Over here, in these box pews here, are where, in the olden days, where the most wealthy parishioners would have sat. The ones that donated all the money and paid for the poor people and stuff in the church, and even paid for the upkeep of the church. They would sit there. One, so they would be distinguished as being very rich, and two, more practically speaking, to keep them out of the way of the poor people because of the disease risk in those days. So yeah, that is the Church of St Michael Paternoster Royal, ladies and gents, and I hope you've all enjoyed your tour. as much as I have, because this is one that I really wanted to come and see, and it was worth the wait. Look at that, the detail in there. I'm just going to do this quickly with you. I mean, that's it. Sorry, that's it. Turn it that way so I can take a photo. Anyway, everyone, thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. And we shall see the altar exactly as it should be, without the screen and all the modern stuff in front of it. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed. Whilst you had the organ with the royal arms. There we are. Hope you're all having a great Sunday, everyone. Take care, and thank you for watching. Good afternoon, my dears. Not only a lovely church explore, of one I've been wanting to do for ages, but a free lunch of Vietnamese food. This is absolutely gorgeous, whatever this is. It's chicken and goat. I don't know what the flavourings are. I don't know what this one is. It's very, very spicy, incredibly spicy. So I shall leave that one here, and the foxes or birds can deal with that one. But yeah, how kind is that? What a lovely church, what lovely people. Came in, I set for a service which was an hour long, because I've been wanting to get this one done for a long time, so I sat for it. It's a CCF church, which is very different to Church of England kind of thing. It's no disrespect at all, but what some would call like the happy clappy type religion, and that's no disrespect to these people, because they were very nice indeed. Yeah, so anyway, that's this one covered, and me just eating my lunch. So yeah, we are in Whittington Gardens with its lovely fountain and the statues there. Called Whittington Gardens because it's opposite this church of St Michael Paternoster Royal, which was founded or rebuilt by Mayor Dick Whittington, Richard Whittington. So yeah, anyway, I hope you all found the little snippet interesting. I'm going to eat my lunch now. Take care all, and thank you very much for watching.